Page 130, The Secret of the Method When Good Deeds Turn to Dust. Episode 130. Imagine something terrifying. You spend your entire life praying, fasting, giving charity, waking up in the night to worship God. You believe your scale of good deeds is becoming heavier every day. But then, on the day of judgment, you discover that everything has disappeared. Your deeds are gone, turned into scattered dust. This frightening warning comes from a powerful hadith narrated by ثوبان, a companion of the Prophet _FDFA. He reported that the Prophet said, "Some people from my nation will come on the day of resurrection with good deeds like the white mountains of Tehamة, but God will turn them into scattered dust." The companions were shocked. They immediately asked the Prophet _FDFA to describe those people so that they would not unknowingly become among them. And the answer was deeply revealing. Segment 1, They look like us. The Prophet said something unexpected. He said, "They are your brothers. They are from your own people. They worship at night just as you do." In other words, they look like righteous believers. They pray. They fast. They perform acts of worship. From the outside, everything appears normal. But there is a hidden problem. When they are alone, when nobody is watching, they violate the limits set by God. Segment 2, The Hidden Sins. This introduces a very serious spiritual concept. Sins of seclusion. These are sins committed when no one is present, when the doors are closed, when the lights are off, when nobody except God can see. Many people behave righteously in public, but when they are alone, their behavior changes completely. They fall into desires. They follow temptations. They commit sins without hesitation. And this hypocrisy slowly destroys their deeds. Segment 3, The True Meaning of Taqwa. True piety, taqwa, is not proven in front of people. It is proven when a person is alone, when nobody is watching, when there is no audience. If a person truly fears God, that fear protects him from sin, even in private. But if someone only fears the judgment of people, then once those people disappear, their restraint disappears as well. This is the difference between sincerity and showing off. Segment 4, The Measure of Your Faith. A powerful spiritual rule appears in the text. If you want to know your true position with God, look at your behavior when you are alone. Your secret life reveals your real character. Your private choices reveal the truth about your faith. Because sincerity is not measured by what people see. It is measured by what happens when no one is watching. Segment 5, A Powerful Reminder. The text includes a famous poetic reminder. When you are alone and tempted to sin, and your soul calls you toward disobedience, remember that the one who created the darkness still sees you. This message is simple but powerful. Darkness may hide us from people, but it never hides us from God. Segment 6, The Real Fear. The truly frightening part of this hadith is not the sin itself. The frightening part is something deeper. A person may spend years doing good deeds, praying, fasting, giving charity, helping others, believing their record is full of good. But hidden sins slowly destroy those deeds without them realizing it. Then on the day of judgment, the truth appears, and everything becomes scattered dust. Segment 7, The Destroyers of Good Deeds. The text then identifies several actions that can nullify good deeds. These are spiritual dangers every believer must take seriously. 1. Showing off riya. The Prophet _FDFA warned that the thing he feared most for his followers was minor shirk. When the companions asked what that meant, he answered, "Showing off, doing good deeds not for God, but for people." On the day of judgment, God will say to those people, Go to those whom you used to impress in the world. See if they can reward you. This is the tragedy of insincerity. The deed appears good, but its intention is corrupted. 2. Abandoning the Asr prayer. The Prophet ﷺ gave a severe warning about neglecting the afternoon prayer. He said, "Whoever abandons the Asr prayer, his deeds are nullified." This shows the importance of protecting daily prayers. They are not optional rituals. They are the backbone of faith. 3. Secret sinning. The hadith about hidden sins returns again here. Some people worship at night like righteous believers, but when they are alone, they violate the sacred limits of God. This double life erodes the spiritual value of their deeds. 4. Oppressing others. Another major destroyer of good deeds is injustice toward people. The Prophet ﷺ described the true bankrupt person on the day of judgment. Someone who comes with prayer, fasting, charity, but they also come with a record of harming others, insulting people, slandering them, taking their money, spilling blood, hurting others. On that day, their good deeds will be taken away and given to the people they harmed. If their good deeds run out, the sins of their victims will be placed upon them. Then they will be thrown into the fire. This shows that Islam protects not only worship, but also justice and human dignity. 5. Consulting soothsayers and magicians. Another warning concerns fortune tellers and sorcerers. The Prophet said, "Whoever visits a soothsayer and asks him about something, his prayer will not be accepted for 40 nights. This highlights the seriousness of seeking supernatural knowledge outside the guidance of God. It damages a person's faith and trust in divine wisdom. Segment 8. The battle within. All these warnings lead to one important realization. The real battle of faith happens inside the human heart, between sincerity and hypocrisy, between discipline and temptation, between humility and arrogance. A believer must constantly monitor their intentions, because actions alone are not enough. The heart behind those actions matters even more. Segment 9. Building true integrity. The lesson of this entire discussion is about integrity. Integrity means that your public life and private life are consistent. You worship God in public, and you respect His limits in private. You behave with honesty when people see you, and you remain honest when nobody sees you. This alignment between inner and outer life is the mark of true faith. Closing reflection. The most dangerous illusion in life is believing that our deeds are safe. Spiritual destruction does not always happen through dramatic sins. Sometimes it happens quietly, through hidden habits, private compromises, and unnoticed hypocrisy. The believer, therefore, protects his deeds carefully, not only through prayer and worship, but through sincerity, humility, and self-awareness. Because on the day of judgment, the difference between salvation and loss may depend on something very simple: what we did when no one else was watching.